Yeah. Medical malpractice cases are very unique. They're very difficult cases. Typically, a person who's involved in a medical malpractice case already has something wrong with them. So basically, you're stating that a physician, a hospital, a nurse, or another healthcare provider has done something that breached the standard of care that has made your condition worse. And I will tell you, these are very expensive cases, they're tough cases. So typically, as an attorney, we look at these cases, and although there might have been some wrongdoing by a healthcare provider, if it doesn't result in any significant damage, then you have to look at that case and tell the client, look, we feel like something was done wrong, but it's not worth it to you to go through an expensive case where you're not going to be able to recover because the injuries were not significant enough to recover. On the cases that there are, again, these cases are very hard cases to prove because you're in an environment where you're asking other healthcare providers to conclude that one of their own has done something wrong. And Louisiana has a Medical Malpractice Act which requires a review by healthcare providers before you can move forward. So I would say to somebody who's experienced or what they believe to have experienced medical malpractice to give us a call. We'll look at your case and we'll advise you properly. If we don't think there's a case, we're not going to put you into a situation in which we later tell you, well, this didn't work out. Sorry, you went through a lot of time and trouble, but we can't help you. We look at these cases on the front end and give clients proper advice, which we try to do in all cases to make sure that the client understands the type of case they have and their prospects of winning that case. There are times where a patient who then becomes a client is basically saying their healthcare provider whom they trust has done something wrong. So it's a very delicate situation. That's why we try to make sure that we review the case with other medical providers to determine whether or not an actual case exists, rather than leading our clients into a situation where not only have they felt like they've been wronged, but then they get wronged a second time by an overzealous lawyer who doesn't investigate the case. So that's why we try to make sure that if we decide to go forward, we've investigated the case, because we know that there is going to be a conflict with that person's healthcare provider, and once that happens, there's kind of no going back. So we want to make sure that our clients are taken care of and that we advise them properly before going forward. In any case, whether it's a medical malpractice or otherwise, lawyers are obligated to keep a client's matter confidential. So if a client comes in to discuss a case that could be a malpractice or a nursing home negligence, we don't go blab that out all over. We make sure that all of this is kept confidential, because if we conclude that it's not a case, then we don't want there to be an irreparable tear in the client's relationship with his or her physician, because most of the time potential clients who've experienced medical malpractice are simply looking for advice, and we try to give the best advice. So it's not our job to create more conflict for someone. It's our job to give you the correct advice. With the modern technology we have, if you now call my office, my office will forward the call after hours. So, whether it's an accident where you're in the hospital and it's midnight, I'll get the call and ready to start working and getting information and taking care of your problem right away. Phone number is 487-9537, area code 318. That's 318-487-9537. Website is royinjurylaw.com. Go to royinjurylaw.com. There's a wealth of information, and you can find out about various cases, and be sure to contact me once you go to the website, and we can start getting the job done for you.